Hello, my name's Harry, and I had a very unfair gain this week of 3.3 pounds. There's
Oh,
no way that can be accurate. I'd have to eat over 10,000 extra calories. Not that I haven't done that in my lifetime, but not this week. So we'll just see what happens next week. Lisa, how about you? How'd you do?
Well,
Been a couple weeks since we talked.
yeah, I know. I was down last week, but this week I was up 5.4 pounds. And
Show off.
I was so glad when I got your email and you said, this is unfair. There's no way it could happen because I was like, man, I feel bad about this. I truly do because
No, there's no way you could have gained that in real life. It had
no,
been over,
like
you know,
16,000 calories or something. I just
yeah,
figured
yeah.
it
I
out.
mean,
So
well, it's
yeah.
3,500 calories per pound. So, 20,000 calories in a week. Yeah.
tell Bob
That,
he's not allowed to step on the scale with you.
yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of eating in your sleep.
Yeah, I don't do that. I can guarantee you that I don't do that. So
You can't do that.
yeah, so anyway, you know how you take a picture and you send it to you, and
Right.
I got on the scale and I got off. Then I got on the scale and I got off, and I'm like, I'm taking a bye.
I don't blame you. I would too.
But see, you talked about your weight gain, and I
Uh,
thought, well, I can talk about mine too, and we'll see what happens next week. But
you know,
man,
come think about it, I didn't take a picture of mine today either. So we're all the same boat. How about you, Miss Kathy? Did you take a picture? Are you a
Yes, I
loser?
did, and I sent it to you.
I know, but I've been out running around all day.
so did you
I,
lose, Kathy?
Oh no, I was up 8/10.
well, that's
Oh,
nothing compared to us. Give the program.
oh my gosh.
And this is even before Christmas.
It is certainly different. That is true.
Ah, yeah, it is. It is interesting. So, any special events for anybody this week? Now, I don't think I didn't even get out one time this week. Not even at Wendy's. How about you, Kathy? Any eating out? Any special events?
This past week or this coming week?
No, the past week.
Um, I had 3 meals from a dinner that Jenny gave me, and then I picked up a salad at Buffalo Wings and Rings and had 2 meals out of that. So that was it.
Okay.
Huh.
Lisa, how about you? Before today? Did you get out any last week?
No, that's why I was so confused.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I'm missing
Yeah.
a week somewhere. So, um, no, we didn't do anything. I did eat a Popeyes chicken sandwich, which I will tell you was really good. And I think that was it.
Well, see, now if you had about 6 quarter pounders or something, you gotta just find that way. Be honest about it, my tracker is probably anywhere between 80 and 90% accurate with this crazy hours I work. I mean, getting in at 6 in the morning, waking up at 2. It's crazy. Though I always do have a computer with me, so now I've put my tracker and all the information I need on that computer also. So hopefully I can do better. Just when I get home, I mean, again, if I get it up at 2 and go to 6 the following morning, I mean that's a long day, you know, and stuff and driving. So like I had to drive down to Corbin 2 days in a row. So and there were other crazy places. And even though sometimes I have to sit for a couple hours, and it's almost as bad to be honest about it.
I would think that it would be very hard not to fall asleep then.
Oh, that never happened to me. Trust me. I wish it could, but, but yeah, I don't. Interesting thing. One of the places they wait on the train is called the ramp. It's down near where the bus depot is in Queensgate, and it's a regular office there. They have bathrooms. And they don't have any vending machines. They have a pop machine outside. But, you know, I mean, they can track the train that they're going to get on from that point. But then on the other side, on the South Side Museum Center, it's called Tar A, and it's nothing but gravel. I mean, there's nothing there. You have to sit in the van. And a lot of these guys, even though they know maybe an hour or two, well, let's go to Tar A and sit. And that's the worst part, you know. When I'm alone, I'll get my computer out, and I have a little transformer thing. I charge my computer on there and everything. So that I get a lot of work done. But when I'm there with them, you know, half the time they try to sleep, they can't sleep. And so a week ago, we held up Amtrak for an hour. That's not good. Amtrak does not like when we hold them up for an hour. They like to make an 11-minute pit stop and go. There's nobody on the train. When was it? What's today? Thursday? Tuesday night, it came in at 3:40. We were sitting there in the morning. Nothing to do. At 3:40 in the morning, waiting on Amtrak to come in. And I swear, I mean, there's like 10 cars on this thing, on this train. It's pretty long for a passenger train. Now, granted, some people may have been in the sleepers, but I bet you we didn't see 8 people that were sitting in the benches. And apparently it's really expensive too.
Still?
Huh?
I said still expensive.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I haven't checked up, but that's what one of the railroad people were saying. It goes from Chicago to Washington, D.C. It goes down one night and back the next. So when it's coming back from D.C., it shows up about 1:30. And when it's going to Washington, D.C., it's at 3:40 in the morning. So, yeah. And it could be like everything else. It's off season or whatever. I mean, yeah. So that's it. But it's created chaos. Like for me, January, I'm going to really try to take at least one day off every week. I took, well, I got off at 5 o'clock yesterday morning, took the rest of that day off, and then all day today. But my foot's hurting, so I really didn't think it's smart for me to be driving or whatever. So, what other challenges do we have this week? Anything?
I'm baking this weekend,
Oh, okay.
but I think I'll be okay there
Yeah.
because
And
it's just
what
my
kind of
stuff.
stuff will you be baking?
Oh, I make these harvest muffins that the Lomans think are better than sliced bread, so I have to make them for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
So after I bake them and glaze them, then they'll go into a freezer for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Is that for like Christmas dinner or whatever, or is this you send them to people?
Yeah, that's my gift to the family.
Oh, that's nice.
So each little unit gets a tin of these muffins, and they're like pumpkin with chocolate chips with the glaze over it. So it's a sweet thing. It's not just like a cranberry muffin or something.
Okay, yeah, well, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Is this one of your original recipes, or is it passed down through the family, or
Yes, it is passed down to the family.
on your mother's side or your father's side?
On Bob's side.
Mothers, I believe.
Okay. Kathy, you got any of those recipes that were passed down on your side of family?
Oh, sure I do.
I didn't
Am I
say,
making
did you
any of
make them? I just said, do you have the recipes?
That's what I said. Sure, I have them. I have them.
Okay.
I can put my fingers on them right now. I see them.
Well, maybe Jenny will make them for you.
These are a big thing, and they're only made. Mom only ever made them like between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I think that's what made them so special because you didn't have them the rest of the year. They weren't available.
Sure.
And so, like all my siblings, all my sisters make them.
Oh, really? Everybody
Yeah.
makes them, huh?
Everybody makes them. So everybody makes them for their families. They started in like a loaf cake or like a sweet bread. And then the Lomans like the little mini muffins. So I make those.
Oh, okay.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
Now, do you have to taste the batter or anything while you're making them, or you trust you got it?
You know, sometimes like when I first made the batter, I don't eat raw batter first, number
Really?
one. So then second, when I made the first batch for Thanksgiving, I tasted it to make sure that the spices were correct. But you know, after I tasted it, I was like, if they're wrong, you're not gonna throw this batter out. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and then the batter I make right before Thanksgiving, and then it'll keep through Christmas. It's in the refrigerator in a tin
Oh, really? Okay.
bucket.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's
used to
nice.
make a 5-pound bucket, a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh,
of batter.
God.
Seriously,
5
that's how many we
gallons.
make. Yeah, so that's been scaled back,
Oh,
thankfully. But yeah,
Yeah.
still we make several gallons of it.
wow. That's 5 gallons. That's a lot.
That's right.
Yeah. You got a regular blender, or you got one of those industrial ones like Jenny has at Jenny's Homemade Cookies?
Yeah, well, when we did the 5-gallon bucket of stuff, we had a friend that had access to his church's kitchen, and they had a big Hobart, and that's what we
Okay.
used. Yeah. So now I just use my KitchenMaid and keep cranking them out.
So, Kathy, you got anything special that your mom or used to make on Christmas?
At this time of the year, the thing I love the most, besides cookies, but it's what we call Grunzkuchen. It's German. It's an egg bread. I've only done it once with help. It's very labor intensive, but it's delicious warm. So the closest thing I've found to it is challah bread.
Mm-hmm.
So today at Tina's, they had gotten challah bread in from 16 Bricks. So I went over and I got 2 loaves. And I've cut it in half and I've wrapped it in freezer bags and stuff like that. So maybe I can have that for a while.
That sounds a little kosher challah bread.
It is.
Well, tomorrow is the first day of
It's the closest
Hanukkah.
thing I
So,
could find to what we
Yeah.
would make.
yeah.
So, you think maybe the recipe might came from German Jews?
Oh, German Jews? I don't think so. I don't think so in our family, but
I mean, outside
no,
your
no,
family.
it's not called, it's challah because of the Jews. It's Grunzkuchen because of the Germans.
Okay. But it's pretty similar, you think?
Yeah, it's close enough.
You know, I know I've said it before, my grandmother was pure German, but she never made any German stuff. You know, maybe sauerkraut, I don't know, but I always hated the smell of sauerkraut. Although I do like cabbage, but a couple things like that I've never tried because I can't get past the smell.
Well,
I
think
made
about the
sauerkraut.
time, Harry,
Oh.
think about the time when she lived. Some of that time, it wasn't smart to be doing German stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and German street names were being changed and last
Right.
names were being changed and everything. So maybe to avoid any kind of criticism, she said, the heck with it.
I don't think she was that smart. Yeah, I loved her, but you know, I don't know. It would be interesting to, maybe I get to heaven, I'll ask her that. Although I don't think that'll really matter once I get out there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, kind of once you get up there, it's like, oh, okay, none of the stuff I've worried about my whole life does really matter now.
That's right.
You know, you leave that at the gate, okay. Yeah, that's like my
Did you
joke
guys
about.
know each other when you were younger?
The 2 of us?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I think
was
she did,
curious.
just don't remember it.
No, no, no,
Didn't you say you went to the comedy club once?
no.
You never did.
I kind of heard of it, but that's about it. Yeah.
Never went there.
No, he's over there in Maysville and Dover and all that, and I'm
There
over
might have been a Kroger's
Ohio.
experience you don't remember.
No.
But see, I surprised her when I told her that about the first time she was in the meeting, and I noticed her last week. Told her exactly where she sat in the meeting. Right?
That's what you said.
That's what I
Was
said.
he right, or do you not remember?
Oh, she always
He
sat in
was
the same
right.
place.
I always sat in the same spot so I could get out at the end of the meeting.
Ah,
She
got
usually
it.
showed up late and bailed out early.
Well, I was coming from hospice and after a day of teaching, and then I wanted to get home. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what we got coming up in the next 7 days?
Nothing. Do you realize 2 weeks from tonight is Christmas Eve?
Yes, I realize that.
3 weeks from tonight, it's New Year's Eve.
Right.
Wow.
Do you guys do anything special for New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do. Or is that Christmas Eve? We went to,
She said New Year's Eve, nothing New Year's Eve.
was it Christmas Eve? We always went, yeah, it was the Seasons 52.
Yeah.
We about the only Gentiles there. Besides Kathy.
Kathy and her family.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're out, you know. Like maybe,
We're not going to be doing that this year. How about you? Alyssa, what do you do?
The Lomans all get together on Christmas Eve,
yeah,
like the whole family. And I don't know if that'll happen or not. And then Christmas Day, we have a sibling dinner. And Bob and his 2 sisters, and of course the spouses, get together. And Bob picked up the prime rib today, so we'll still have that.
okay.
So either that or we're going to have a heck of a lot of really great sandwiches after Christmas, one or the other.
Hopefully it's not like Halloween for you, where only, what, 5 people showed up and you're looking for 100. Next year, you only buy enough for 5 and 100 will show up.
Yeah. Well, I figure next year I'll go heavy again, and then if nobody shows up, then I quit. That's okay with me.
Yeah,
I'll try it twice, but not the 3rd time.
there you go.
Because hopefully next year we'll be back to normal. We'll see.
Well, one report I heard said, you know, for this thing to be wiped out, then worldwide, 90% of people have to take the vaccine
I don't know.
worldwide.
On Thanksgiving, I talked to my nephew-in-law. I don't know if that's a truly word or not. And he said that by the end of May, we should all have herd immunity. So I'm like, I don't know.
Herd immunity?
Herd immunity, which means we'll all be exposed to it and we either catch it or not.
It's never worked for measles or smallpox.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the lady that I was talking to at the restaurant today when I was picking up the food, she said that she heard next fall.
Yeah.
So
Well, even if you have had it, you can still get it again.
Janie told me that once you have it, you're immune from 3 to 9 months.
Yeah, but again, you can still get it again, so
Right.
the herd's moving.
Right. So I
Yeah.
have no clue.
You
But
know,
I
I
did
find
read in
it
the paper the other day, another side effect was that your teeth fall out.
Ooh.
I don't know
The
why
side
that would
effect from
happen.
what?
The virus.
From the virus,
Like
not the
months
vaccine.
afterwards, your teeth will start getting loose
I
and fall
don't-
out.
I think that's one of those, you know, some
Urban.
fake new
Yeah,
urban.
I just find it interesting, with this Fever of 1793 book that I was reading. It lasted until the first frost. And granted, it was yellow fever, not the same thing we've got. But at best, maybe 2-3 months. That was it. The stuff I've read on the epidemic in 1918, again, a matter of a few months and everything went back to the way it was. I'm not sure why this is taking so long.
1918, that flu, Spanish flu was 3 years.
Gee, really? Because the stuff I was reading, it was like kids were back at school within a matter of months.
Yeah, well, they had resurgences of it, I guess, just like the regular flu. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you know, there's a different version of the flu. When did it originate in China supposedly?
What, this one?
Yes.
Supposedly.
And do we know about when it originated in China?
I've heard as early as last fall. I've heard some people say as early as last fall. Some people say that were sick in January.
I'm not
before
talking about
anything was
here, I'm
mentioned.
talking about China.
Well, again,
Are
I'm
you
thinking,
are you looking it up, Lisa? Listen.
Well, no, I looked at the Spanish flu first.
Oh,
It says that within 2 weeks after the first reported case, there were at least 20,000 more in 1918, and it lasted until 1920. It's considered the deadliest pandemic in modern history. Now, I don't know if that's still true or not. Well, as of May 27th. So then what are we looking up?
when was the first case of coronavirus? Of course, there was also the thing that China kind of hid it from us too for a while, which might have been. I mean, who knows?
It said an outbreak of pneumonia in Wuhan City, China was initially reported to December 31st, 2019.
Okay. So it's
But
gonna,
I have also heard people, like their doctors have told them if they were sick in November or December, really, really sick, that could have been the virus also. So
right, yeah, because they weren't looking for it then.
mhm.
Yeah, and people could have died from it earlier. People weren't looking for it. They didn't know about it.
Right.
So I guess what's that, Kathy?
last year at this time when I flew home from Santa Fe and I came home sick, and I said, this is a reason why you never fly in the winter months with all these people on board a plane. And I mean, I don't think it was any more than a bad cold and stuff like that. But who's to say? Those people are coming from all over.
Correct.
Right. That's why they're saying for this thing to be, quote, wiped out, you'd have to have a 90% vaccine of the world because the world's so transported now. But again, if you look, there's going to be a different version of this because everything mutates. So unless they're in China or somewhere going over getting samples that's showing up now and making a vaccine for that, it isn't really going to matter, especially if you're talking about everybody won't get a vaccine now till maybe June. So, by then to be 6 months into the different version of it. Who knows? I mean, we'll just wait and see stuff, I guess. That's all you can do.
But we need another Sabin to give us a little sugar cube pill, and then it's it.
Yeah.
He lived in the same condominium complex that my brother Stan did in Hyde Park.
Did he?
Yeah,
Hmm.
so he was a real nice guy.
Well, I appreciate him
I
Yep,
do
me
too.
too.
because my first tetanus shot was a shot, or not a tetanus, but polio. It was a shot and it hurt like the dickens, and you had to get another one. And then by the time the second one it was time for me to do a second one. You just had to drink the
Swallow.
liquid.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hope we'll see less of everybody next week.
Yeah,
Amen.
exactly.
Maybe
Exactly.
all this will just disappear.
Uh-huh.
Let's face it, we're still ahead of what everybody else is doing. I mean, my prediction is, from April to September, the average person gained 15 pounds. I don't see why that would change any. In fact, you could even expect it to be worse since it's been longer and people are gets more comfortable about it every day. So you're looking at September, October, November, December, that might be another 12 pounds. That's 27 pounds right there for the year never alone. The normal weight people gain between September and January 2nd anyway, with the Halloween candy
Well, the people are baking more.
yeah.
When I went to the store today and, I needed yeast for Christmas bread, right?
Yeah.
And it said, high volume, you can only have one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
They're also
Oh.
saying that with people staying home, more Christmas cards are being sent because they've got time to do that.
Bless our postal workers.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Hopefully, I don't know when we'll see each other next week, but sometime we'll see each other. All
That would
right.
be great.
Said less of each other.
Hopefully, it'll be about the same time next Thursday.
All righty.
I'll
You
try to
take
give you
care.
a better warning. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care, Kathy. Bye-bye.